Good evening and welcome to the 802 iRacing Leagues podcast. I'm your host, Rob Lowell. Joining me tonight is my co host, as always, Brandon Garrand. Brandon, how's your week been?
Not bad, Rob. How's yours been?
It's been long. I'm looking forward to the Christmas week. Kind of relax,
Yeah,
recharge, spend some time with family, and
a nice little shutdown from work here. I'm waiting for it too.
yeah, absolutely. So, another busy week in the league, in our leagues, I should say. We had our Tuesday night G.Stone Motors 258 Dirt Mod race. We had our Friday night Busch Series race and our Sunday night Cup Series race.
Yeah, a full week of racing once again.
It was. So let's jump right into the G.Stone Motors 258 Dirt Modified Series results. I will get them up here. I got the graphic up that you so nicely do every week. I'll let you go with that, and I'll bring up the full results in the iRacing page.
All right, so yeah, it was another Canadian invasion again. As the Canadians have now won, I believe, every race on the year, all five, and it was Matt Barber picking up his second win in a row. So it went Chad Lackey for the first two, and then I believe we had Rylan Banks in the middle, and now we got Matt Barber going back to back. So
Yeah,
the Canadians are really taking a stranglehold on the top of the points. But
I was I was just gonna say it's a chokehold. Absolutely.
yeah, they're they got something up there, and they must have some different kind of racing fuel or something because they're putting it to us this year. But after Matt was our defending champ Sam Bachman, and then third was Tyler Nauf. Joey Ladouceur was his best run of the year. He finishes fourth, and then Mr. the actually funny Joey finished fourth. The Mr. Radiator Award, Hard Charger Award, which Joey sponsors. Clay Christopherson gets it from fifth, starting 22nd. And as somebody that was in the race, started towards the back, Clay's obviously much better than I am. I will admit that. But to go from 22nd to fifth is very impressive on that track. It was hard to pass, and that's a really good run for him there.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus 18 on and 35 laps. That's hella impressive.
Yeah, especially when I mean the track got really racy. It was two and three wide most of it. So like me and Dean obviously talking in the admin chat, we both struggled to get through the field. And Dean's way better than I am, and he was talking about how he's like I can't go anywhere. It's bottlenecked everywhere. So that was a really impressive drive for Clay to get up to fifth.
Yeah, and then we got 6th through 10th is Trevor Giroux, Brian Lawson is 7th, Justin DeRosiers. Did I mangle that? Or am I close? Is
No, I think
8th.
that's good.
Matt Taylor was ninth, and Shane Billings rounds out the top 10.
You want me to go through the order, or do you want to?
No, you do the next 10.
So we got Ty Dickinson 11th, Jason Butterfield 12th, Anthony Roselli 13th, Chad Lackey 14th, Scotty Rione 15th, Michael Vitale 16th, Dean Reynolds 17th, Randall Dixon 18th, CJ Lavere 19th, and Justin Carby 20th.
Our stream just dropped. Hold on. First time that's happened in the middle of a. I think we're back. Yes, we're back.
All right.
Sorry about that, folks. Our stream dropped there on us. Um, so let's I know we've been doing previews at the end, but let's when we do the results tonight, let's do the preview right there so we're not like jumping all around.
Yeah,
So,
back and forth between series.
yeah, yeah. Um so I can't remember if we no, we did not take a week off before Christmas, the 23rd. We are racing the 23rd, and it's everyone's favorite. It's at Lernerville Speedway. So, it'll be ripping the lip and maybe late in the race some guys will make the bottom work, but that track seems to be pretty top dominant no matter what we do with the track setup as far as the
Hmm.
prepping it.
Yeah,
But late,
it's a very top dominant track.
yeah. I mean, the last 5 laps sometimes it gets with the bottom kind of comes in if you can drive it in pretty straight, slow it down, and then drive up off. But I'm trying to think who someone a couple seasons ago really had a good run on the bottom. I can't remember who it was, but I remember the time just looking at it going, wow, that's pretty impressive. I will say another
Yeah.
great race. Last Tuesday night was only two cautions, so
Yeah, like two cautions. It was a great race. Lots of action. Like I said, it was two and three wide through the whole field. So even if there wasn't the battle racing for the lead, there was battles throughout the field, and Roger usually does a really good job showcasing the whole entire field. He doesn't just show the leaders, and he really works it back in there. I notice every now and then I get a little TV time, and I'm usually running last. So glad to have Roger be the broadcaster.
yeah, Roger does a great job. We're blessed to have him. So that moves us to our Busch Series race. Um, I got to race this past weekend. I was pretty happy about that. Um, I have that up. If you want to go ahead over the top five, well, I get the rest of the
Yep.
results up.
Yeah. So Logan Kogar picks up his first win of the 802 Busch Series season, and Logan's had some pretty good runs, obviously with Cody being the dominant car on the season so far. But there was a couple races where Cody or Logan looked like he was the car to beat, and just circumstances. So Logan finally breaks through, gets that first win, and then in second place is Stoney Benfield in his first start of the year. So good for Stoney to just pop in, come out, finish top three, and hopefully we see more of Stoney coming back after a good run like that. Third place Tanner Marr, he finishes out the podium. Joey Katina fourth, and Cody Gibson rounds out the top five, the point leader.
Yeah, Stoney, his first race, he's one of them guys from Sim 500. We've partnered with them this season. Some of us support them on Thursday nights. Me, not as much as I'd like to with my work schedule. The last month and a half, but I know you with Steve, Johnny, have been going over there racing Thursday night in their limited Xfinity series. And then they brought some guys over and running Sunday nights in our Cup series. Um, and I think we're gonna have some pretty exciting news around Sunday nights and the Sim 500 guys here the next week or two. So we got some things in the works, kind of a joint venture there with them. So it's going to be good for our league, good for their league, and I think it's going to give us a lot of long-term stability as far as car counts and also a year-long presence on Sunday nights. So I don't think we'll have a huge off season anymore. So it'll be good. Um, I got the transition over here to the full rundown. So as Brandon was saying, it was Logan Kogar winning it, Stoney, Tanner, um, Joey, and Cody. So you'll see on the official iRacing um, finishing order has me as fourth. I was penalized to the last car on the lead lap, which is 5 spots. That's the number of spots I was deemed to have jumped to restart mid race. So I was penalized 5 spots and moves me down to ninth place. So Joey is fifth. Joey is fourth. Cody's fifth. Rick Kennedy is sixth. Dustin Coggin is seventh. Larry Bell would be eighth. Um, and I would slot in as ninth. And then Steve Ritter rounds out the top 10. So 9 cars in the lead lap. Caution kind of came out there um, in a weird spot and kind of trapped some guys a lap down. So um, Ron Holyfield was 11th. Joe Hudson was 12th. Johnny Barker was 13th. Brandon, you were 14th. You had a rough night. And Jorge Ledesma Jr. Was the last car, um, last place finisher in 15th.
I had a rough weekend overall in Kentucky, but I'm sure we can dive into that more after. Yeah, the cautions just kind of seem to both fall at like the wrong times for certain people. I guess it benefited some guys, but like the difference with the way the cautions fell this weekend compared to like a couple of like the races we've had in the past week in the cups is everybody cycled through the green flag pit stop. It seemed like each time, and it would come just a little bit after. So everybody had some worn tires, but there was guys that had already had some had 15 to 20 laps on their tires, and others had as little as 2 or 3 laps. So it definitely threw a wrench into a lot of people's strategies. I feel like those cautions, just their timing wise.
Yeah, and we'll probably get to it more when we get talking about the cup. But I also felt like the cars were kind of flipped this week. So usually the Busch Series cars um, are the I feel are the freer of the two. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Um, and I felt like at Kentucky the Busch car was actually a little on the snug side. It was tighter than normal. Um, and then on the other side of the equation, I feel like the Cup car is usually the tighter of the two. And I felt like actually at Kentucky it was freer middle out. So um, I had to adjust how I drive both cars quite a bit this week. Obviously, like Cody and Logan and Stoney, those guys that raced that Xfinity car, they in Tanner they definitely had a leg up on some of us that they were just they were head and shoulders better than us.
Yeah, a lot of those guys they're really good in this Xfinity car, and I think we're all slowly getting better. But the difference between the cup and then you practice one car versus the other all week, and it can really throw you off. But it's still fun to get out there and drive this Xfinity car. I
Oh
could
yeah,
run last, and I would have a blast in this thing.
I 100% agree. And like I I I'm enjoying the competition in both leagues this year. Um, you know, I struggle being the back half of the top 10, but it's making me a better racer. I'm having to work on the fundamentals more, and I'm having to pay attention to hey, how are other guys? What line are they using and stuff? Like in real life, I've worked on race cars for 30 years, and I've always been told by Gardner Stone and Todd Stone that hey, it does you no good to be the big fish in the little pond. You want to be the little fish trying to become the big fish in the bigger pond, and you're only as good as your competition. And if you don't go out and race against guys better than you, you're never going to get better. So that's kind of my theory over the last 3-4 years of this league is we've slowly expanded the I-rating cap. We're up to 4,000 now, and it's because I feel like you look at the core group like yourself, myself, Johnny, um, Eli, the guys that have been there 4 or 5 seasons. We've all learned to get better by racing against guys that are better than us. So
Yep.
it, it benefits you by doing that. Um, so Kentucky is done and over with. Some guys aren't going to be upset to see it in the rearview mirror. Some guys maybe. Me, I could give it or take it. It's just another track. But we go to Richmond tonight with the Busch Series. Another short track. We've had a couple. I would consider. We had Rockingham, and the schedule I think just worked out this way. I don't think we did this way on purpose, but we ran Daytona, then we went to a short track at Rockingham, then we went to Auto Club, and I don't care what anyone says. New Hampshire race is kind of like a short track. Um, then we went to Charlotte. Then we went to Iowa, another short track. Then we went to Kentucky, and now we're back at Richmond with the short track. And then we go to Pocono, and then straight to Bristol for another short track. So we'll
Yeah, the first half of the year it's a lot of back and forth, short track, bigger
yeah,
track, short. But I think it's because more like how we lined up like our cup playoffs.
yeah,
A lot of mile and a half and bigger tracks will be at the end of the year, so
yeah.
we'll get on a good string of those.
Yeah, and we did that just to keep some of the chaos out of the playoffs. We want guys to be able to go
Yep.
out and race and not be at a whim of hey, someone makes a mistake and wipes out a third of the field in one corner. So, um, what are your thoughts on Richmond tonight?
Um, it should be fun. I like Richmond. Multi groove. I like how you could really run the outside if you can get it to hook up good enough, and that's, in my opinion, it can be the preferred line, especially on restarts and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good race, and hopefully we can finish this one.
Yeah, I ran about I don't know 50 laps. Uh, I think it was Tuesday night. Um, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was Monday night. Or maybe it was Tuesday. I don't. Doesn't matter. With Johnny, um, and in the Cup car, and you can definitely pinch someone down off of four, um, if you're on the outside of them, and get them really loose. So, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm not racing tonight. I have to get up early again. So I'm gonna miss tonight, but it should be the last one I miss of the season, and I will watch it very, very early tomorrow morning and see who wins. So at the point where we make our predictions, I'll let you go first.
Um, let's see here. What have we had for recent good runners? Let's go. Let's go Logan. I think Logan's gonna go back to back.
I'm gonna pick Steve Ritter. I'm gonna go with my teammate Steve.
Yep.
Um,
Steve's always good. He's been running really good in the Xfinity car.
he's put a lot of time in the Xfinity car. He's won a couple with Sim 500 on Thursday nights in the Xfinity car. So I think he's gonna jump into this Busch car tonight, old school Busch car, and go out there and rip off the W. So I guess that would move us to the Cup, right? And next week we will get back into having some guests on. Just the last couple weeks it's been a little busy and we haven't had the chance to do that.
Yeah, crunch shows. I mean, ever since really like Thanksgiving, this time of year's hectic.
So the next gen Cup Series at Kentucky was won by the '99 car, the Monster Energy car of Tyler Bellinger. Uh, first career win, I believe, right?
Yep,
Well,
yep. Tyler's first
yeah.
win.
Um, he Kasha came out like I don't know 10, 15 ago. He had hit him and five or six others, I think, had a set of tires in the pits. Um, Jeff Pogo, Jim Ott had pretty much dominated the race up to that point. They had bolted their last set on. I don't know, probably what 20 laps before that, 25 laps before that.
I'm not actually sure if everybody my teammates share. I was gone by then after wrecking myself out. But yeah, they had. It seems like they got something these past couple weeks that even I don't have right now. They're really fast, and from what I remember, they had bolted their last set on like you just said, and then circumstances, late cautions, and
Yeah, and I
that's
want to
that's all
say
part of it. I mean,
I know Tyler, Kip, Steve, Joey, Chris Brown all had tires in the pits, and they bolted them on. So Tyler wins it. Kip easily second. Jim Ott is third. He did that on those older tires. He's able to stay up in third. So that just shows how good a car he had on the night. Steve Ritter is fourth. Joey Katina was fifth. And I will make the transition to the full rundown. Um, Chris Brown was sixth. Cody Meadows was seventh. Jeff Pogo was eighth. Eli Raposa was ninth. And Daniel Holdcroft was 10th. Um, I spun off four, but off that last caution, my teammate Johnny Barker was running third and was going to have a top three finish. He really deserved that after the rough season he's had. It's well documented. He's had completely horrible luck all year, and none of it's his own doing. And once again, Johnny's bad luck continued with my spin. Um, feel horrible. It cost him a nine. It didn't just cost him a top three. It cost him a top. He didn't even get a top 10 of it. He ended up 11th. Ron Holyfield finishes 12th. I finished 13th. Arabia Kate in the third finishes 14th. Anthony Calantoni finishes 15th, and Brandon, you were 16th. You were the first car out of the race.
Yep, that sure. The last both races. I forgot where I
We
finished.
I don't
Nope,
know if we
Jorge beat me out in the Bush race. But yeah, not the best weekend, but we'll have those every now and then.
yeah, and it doesn't. That's not a reflection of the speed you had. I mean, you had good speed. You were running. You drove up into the top five, I think, when that wreck happened, right?
Yeah, before the caution, I feel like there was two quick cautions, and the first one I don't think anybody pitted on the first caution. It was really quick, and then the second one after like a few laps, it really fired off good, and I made it up to about like you said fourth or fifth. I was right behind Pogo on that one caution, and then yep, after that got a little I don't know if it was impatient, just I just misjudged it and come across Steve's nose and wrecked myself.
I think that's one. So your incident is one of those deals where, to me, it looked like you were following your teammate, Jeff Pogo,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
I was following Jeff. Yeah,
and I think you were just in the groove of following him, and he clears Steve, and he starts to fade down to bed down, uh, coming into the trioval there, on the front stretch, and some guys run the apron at Kentucky. Some guys run their left sides right on the white line. I can tell you from practice with Steve all week and stuff, he ran like his left side's maybe a three quarters or a car width up off the white line. And I think it was just incidents where probably in your mind, at least it looks like to me, that you expect him to be lower on the track, and you barely made contact with his right front, but it was enough to turn you towards the infield, and then it just snapped right on you and back to the when you tried to save it and back into the outside wall hard. And um, I can't remember who it was. Someone keyed up and says, "Oh, I hope Brandon's okay after that hard hit." So um,
yeah. I'm not usually one to overcorrect it like that. Like usually I'm thinking spin it down through the infield, but that didn't happen, and I paid
if
the price for it. But
I think if you watch a lot of the spins, and there was a few of them off turn four. I know yours wasn't off turn four, but it was the turn four side of the start finish line, and it seemed like everyone that would normally be able to save it there, the car just would snap back right on them. So it might be a characteristic of the track. I'm not sure.
yeah, just the car gets real late in the trial over there, so is what it is. Um, we'll get ready for Richmond and
It's 180 laps
hopefully
there
have a
Sunday night.
yeah, yeah. I had a good run there last year, so it's just my kind of track, a little multi-groove track. I really felt Kentucky was multi-groove, but like the bottom seemed to be more dominant throughout most of the race. So it's sometimes hard to.
I feel like
I like to
it
get up
was
there and explore on the outside. I really feel like you can do that at Richmond here this week, so this is gonna be a good race for me.
yeah, Kentucky I felt like was
Rebound.
like I would say probably the most technical track we've had all season has been Rockingham, but I feel Kentucky actually for being a mile and a half was you had to really focus on hitting your line. There was a little bit of a technical track there.
Hmm.
It was either
Yeah,
really easy to overdrive the entry or overdrive the exit, and overdrive the exit was a real thing there. If you picked the throttle up too soon, you were going to be in trouble.
yeah. Turn 3 and 4, real trouble spot.
Yep. So that would bring us to predictions for Richmond. I'll let you go first.
Oh, you're let me go first again. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna stick with Jim Ott. I'm gonna stick with my teammate. This is another gym track. I feel like so.
I'm going
That's
to
my
pick
guy right
you.
now.
I'm going
You're
to
gonna
pick
pick
you.
me?
Yeah, because I feel like Richmond's it's going to be some strategy involved here. Um,
I hope so.
so
That's usually where I'm good with, but
I
Jim's been really good with the strategy calls the last
what
3 weeks.
what I
Kind of bit him
saw
last week.
what I saw in practice was there was pretty good second half tire fall off over 40 laps. So this is a track where someone someone makes something wild on pit stop call, and you know if they pit at the right time and they don't get a
Yep.
caution, like maybe someone like this is a track where I could see guys going home with two sets of tires,
Yep. Yep.
or
That's what
someone
I was thinking right off.
someone one stop it. I could see it where someone else says, "No, I'm gonna pit on lap 55 and lap 110 or 115, and I'm gonna two stop it." And they could very easily, make that up over the course of
The
120
whole race.
laps.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
if it stays green, so I think this is gonna be one where you're gonna have a wide gap in strategy, and you're gonna have Brett's gonna be pulling his hair out trying to figure out who's on what strategy and who who has one set left or two sets left or no sets left. I mean, it could go nuts. I think one thing that you will see is if you get a caution lap 30, 35, everyone's going to go in and put tires on at that point because you want that option then to be able to do something different later in the race. So
Yep.
it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good race. I was at the Richmond Cup race earlier this year, and like you said, the differing strategies, it was crazy. I remember that whole first stage, Ryan Preece stayed out, never pitted once, and everybody that had did pit, they had all caught up to him, and by the end of that stage, he was leading most of it, and by the end, I think he ended up finishing. I don't even think he got stage points. I think he ended up 13th. So, and that's just I think they had the first stage was about 100 laps. So obviously we're not cup drivers. We're not doing all that, but the difference in the tires you can really make up the ground. Unlike some of these other tracks where we think I think I can make it up. It doesn't always work out that way. This will be a track where you can make it up.
Yeah, I feel like there's two tracks in the schedule you can do that. It's Bristol and Richmond,
Yep.
and Bristol's in 2 weeks. So we made our picks. Let's Hey, we're only 12 days away from our All Star race, and we put it up to a vote for a poll, and the poll closed the other day. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Um,
Yeah, and I believe the old triple check challenge won again, or
it
won the
did.
vote.
It did. It was so Watkins Glen 50 laps, just the road course. I got 3 votes. Um, and the three race or three track challenge got 10 votes. So it was 77% to 23%. So we will it'll be Daytona, uh, modern Daytona. We're not gonna do Legacy like last year. We learned our lesson there. Um, and then we'll do Nashville. We'll do Nashville Fairgrounds, and then we're gonna do the new Texas, the current Texas, because we're doing Legacy Texas in season. So did we decide if we're gonna start at Nashville and then go to Daytona, or we're
Uh,
gonna do Daytona, Nashville? I
I
kind of
don't
like
think
the
we've
idea of starting
decided
at
it.
maybe starting
Yeah,
at Nashville because then qualifying matters there, and
yeah.
we'll go to
Everywhere else it
Daytona.
won't really matter.
We'll go
Daytona,
to
you can make your way
Nashville.
up through the field.
Yeah, we'll go to Nashville. We'll start out Nashville, qualify at Nashville. We'll run. We did 50 laps there last year. It goes pretty quick. It'll be 50 green flag laps. Cautions won't count at Nashville. Um, and then we'll reverse the finishing order from Nashville and go to Daytona and line up at Daytona, and then run 15 lap sprint at Daytona, and then we'll reverse the finishing order from Daytona and do. I think we did what 35 laps last year, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do
Yep.
35 laps at. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it. We're not gonna reverse the finishing order from Daytona. we're going to use a random number generator and decide the invert. That way, no one sandbags at Daytona to start up front at Texas.
Okay. Yep. I
So
like that.
it'll be a random number generator, 0 to whatever, and um, we- we're going to open this up to both the Busch Series drivers and the Cup Series drivers. So you don't have to be a Cup Series driver to be in the All Star race. So if any of the Busch Series guys wanna, it will be the next gen car, but um, they're welcome to come in and race with us. And
Mate.
it
Yeah.
it'll be a random number. It could be zero to if there's 18 cars, 18 will be the 0 to 18 will be an option, and it'll spit out a number, and we'll reverse that many. So like if it comes up seven, we'll reverse the top seven from the finish at Daytona, and then the rest of the field will fall in where they finished at Daytona, and that'll be the 35 lap race. And the winner is getting a pair of East the pair of the Sparco Sim Racing socks. Which Brandon, you were the winner a couple seasons ago of those.
Yeah. I won the first pair. Raced with them for a while until I got my new sim set up, and then kind of went back to racing with shoes on. So
I
I still
wear
have my pair, and I loved them because I don't like wearing shoes like while I'm inside or racing, but yeah, just with the way the pedals were and how it just felt better with shoes on. So that's what I used. But when I had my Logitech, that's I was the Sparko socks every week.
so I had a pair. I wore them for a couple seasons, and I didn't buy another pair just because I don't know why I didn't. I actually you're gonna laugh. I have a nice pair of wool socks I race in now, so like my feet warm when I'm racing.
Yeah.
So next week we'll have some guests on, at least one, maybe two. We'll go the full hour. We'll go from 7:30 to 8:30. Um, I'd like to have at least one of the dirt guys on, and then we'll get someone from the asphalt side on, and we'll uh, we'll rotate series each week. Um, every third week,
Yeah.
one of the series won't have a representative on, but um, and next week we may be able to get um, Joy from Sim 500 on to talk about our what we're gonna do going forward. So on Sunday
Yep.
nights. So,
That's exactly who I was thinking.
but
I mean, we've had Joey on once before just for a little bit, but I'd like to get in and actually have more time with Joey. I think we had a really rushed interview last time.
we did.
So yeah, I think we had. I went back and when I was listening to a bunch of shows, I think that we had like four guests on that show. And that's a little bit too much for me. But
We did.
yeah, I'd
We were
like
trying to
to get a little bit of everybody in there.
yeah, we were trying to get everyone on um, for all the winners from that one week. So we had the dirt winner.
Yeah,
We might have even had Dean on that week.
yeah, I
So
think that's what it was. We had Dean and then a couple race winners, and then Joey jumped on also. But
yeah. So okay, Brandon. Um,
yeah, nice little quick show. Get myself ready for Richmond here tonight.
yeah. You looking
Yeah,
forward to it?
hopefully we
I
have another
assume.
good week of racing on the old 802, Richmond, and then Lernerville for the Dirt Series. So that'll be a good week here before we get into Christmas next week. Obviously our show won't drop next week until after Christmas. So hope everybody out there has a Merry Christmas.
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
actually, and one other thing, Rob. I know we're not NASCAR, we're not nothing, but that story about Greg Biffle yesterday, that really hit my heart. So I just want to send a bunch of I doubt anybody that will hear this, but he has fans, he has a whole bunch of people. So just condolences out there to everybody in that horrible tragedy that happened yesterday. That's just I was on the social media just refreshing so much yesterday, trying to just get more information. That was just a really sad thing. So thoughts and prayers to all of them.
Yep, I echo that, and it's never a good time to have that happen. But even this time of year makes it even worse because um,
I know. And
there's gonna be family gatherings. They're gonna have a huge hole there, and that hole will be there the rest of their lives. So thoughts and prayers with the Biffle family and all the other families involved. Um, I know I saw Kenny Wallace today on social media. He was pretty upset. One of
yeah, I
the
think
pastors
one of the
was
guys was.
one of the pastors was motor coach driver for 6 years. So, um,
Yep.
yep. And I know
Yeah, the whole.
it hit kind of close to home for our race team. Kevin Ridley, our crew chief, was chief car constructor for SRX, um, and the gentleman that was Kenny's um, motor coach driver was worked with SRX, and Kevin spent quite a bit of time with him. So um, impacts outside the immediate families,
The,
also, So
the racing family is so big. It's so big. So yeah, it can hit. It hits everywhere.
it does. Okay, Brandon, I won't see you tonight, but I will see you on. Excuse me, I had a sneeze sneak up on me there. I'll see you Sunday night, and as always, we're going to roll out of this episode with a message from our sponsors. This week, it's another one of the Stone family dealerships. This week will be Stone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram ads. So, want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. We won't see you again for Christmas, but we will talk to you after Christmas, and we'll have results from Tuesday night and this weekend's asphalt racing. So have a good night, happy holidays, be safe, and we'll catch you next week.
Everybody.
What makes Stone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram unique is the people that work here every day. From our no pressure sales staff to our problem solving service department, a very knowledgeable parts department, and highly experienced body shop technicians. We're so fortunate to have people that genuinely care about the customers, who love the product that we sell. It makes the car buying experience fun. When a customer leaves here happy, we've done our job.
Stone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.